This is John. It's time to do some guitar. So I'm just going to jump right into it. We've been working on the beginning of the blues. I want to get you to get some paper or get a picture of this. Maybe if you stop it, you can screenshot it or something. So this shows all the frets. The numbers are on top. When I say number 1, 2, 3, etc., that's the top line there. And then underneath, I have the letter name of the note. So E is open. You can see over here. And F sharp and G, etc. So today we're working on the A fret mainly, although there's a related fret as well. But so think of A up here as the 5th fret. On your guitar, it's the one with the 2nd dot. So get a shot of this, and then maybe you can make some copies or whatever. So what we're going to do is kind of expand on what we worked on in the last lesson. So we'll call it the Birth of the Blues Part 2. How's that? So if you look at your chart, or if you just watch with me today, we're working on the 5th fret A. And for tuning, remember, get a phone. Usually most people can get a phone with a tuner, and it gives you a pitch, a note. This is open E, fat string. And if your strings are on properly, you'll be pushing that closest peg to your chin, pushing it to get it up to A. So I don't want to go through a whole thing about tuning, but you got to get your guitar in tune. So if you can't get it yourself, have an adult or a music person or a teacher or someone at the music store. They're usually glad to do it for you. They probably try to sell you a set of strings while you're there, but that's okay too. So we're working on the A fret, the 5th fret. So you kind of played it all. If you tried to hold your finger down on all of the strings, and your thumb is behind, really that's where your pressure comes from. So we're able to use all of those notes in our scale. And remember, we're working on the pentatonic scale. So for us, if we're going to do, this is going to be a minor blues. And what blues really does is sort of forces a minor third over the major scale. So the scale that we've learned so far, and I'll refresh your memory, is going to be, this is the 1st string, we call it the skinny string, 5, 8, so 5, 8, I'm moving my other fingers out so you can see, 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, then 5, 7 on the 3rd string, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8. So it's pretty simple. So if we started at the very skinny string top, it's 8, 5, then 2nd string, 8, 5, 3rd string, 7, 5, 4th string, 7, 5, 5th string, 7, 5, 6th string, 8, 5. So if you watch my fingers, see if I can move these. And if you remember when I showed you the chart that I made before, it shows kind of how they're stacked up, how the numbers are stacked. So down here is 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. And then the one we're working on right now is in the middle, 5, 8, 5, 8. 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8. So after a while, your brain starts to recognize those. I call them grids. And once you have those, you can use them anywhere on the neck to get in any key that you want to. So again, to review, 8, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5. So where would we use this? Well, we were learning the sort of blues boogie, and I'll review that. So we're working on the 5th string, so it's the 2nd furthest away from your chin, fatter string, not 6. 6 we're not going to play right now. Just 7 or 5th string with your thumb. So you see my thumb is pushing down on the 5th string, and we're going to play that open really the whole time. Now the 4th string we're going to use with our index finger. So it's on a 2, 2nd fret on a 2. So it's open fifth string, fourth string 2, and fourth string 4, 5, 4, 2, 4, 5, 4. See my thumb going thumb 1. So that timing's a little bit hard because it's actually 1, 2, 5, 4, 1. Actually, the up pick comes first. 1 and 2, 5 and 4, 2 and 4 and 5. So you can play them both together. So that's the A version, the A chord. Then we just move everything up. So now we're going to fourth string open with your thumb, third string 2. We do that twice, the whole phrase. And then we go back down to the fifth string open, fourth string 2. Phrases, and now we're going down to sixth string open with a thumb and a fifth string 2. And then we go back to where we started, fifth string open. So this is basically an A chord, is what we're trying to get close to simulating. When we move up to fourth string open, that's more of a D. It's a D chord, at least with those 2 strings. You see, before I was showing you my index finger so you could see it. Most often we're going to play it with our index finger on 2, ring finger on 4, and then we'll either slide up to the 5 or we'll use our pinky. Play that a little bit with me, and I'm going to count and tell you when to change. So it's basically, we were trying to learn what a 12-bar blues is. So I'm going to count the number of measures. So don't get confused when I say, 2 or 4, because sometimes we'll be talking about the numbers of the frets. But I'm going to talk you through it. So we're going to count measures of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2. 3. So the 3 will be the count of the measures. We're going to get to 12, and then we're going to start all over. That's called a 12-bar blues. So here we go, starting on the first measure. Open, fifth string, second string 4. Here we go. Ready, and 1, and 2, and 3. Thinking about moving up to fourth string open, and 5, and 6, back to fifth string open, and 7, and 8. Now we're going to drop down to the sixth string open, 9, and 10, back to fifth string open, and 11. 12. Now practice your scale. 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. 5, 7. Back to fifth string open. So while I was playing that, you probably could have been playing, if we were using the minor blues. So those are all those 5 7s in the middle of that scale. The middle three strings, 3, 4, and 5, all use a 5/7. And the top two strings, the skinny ones, use a 5/8. So it sounds pretty fancy, but it's basically just using those intervals, those notes on that minor blues scale. So if we want to play more of the major sound, we're going to do this exact same thing, but we're going to just move down to 2. We still get to use a lot of the 5s, or 2 of them anyhow, but we're going to go 2/5, 2/5, 2/4, 2/4, 2/4, 2/5. So that gives us more of a major gospel country sound to the A. So if we do the same blues boogie that we did, so we're going to do open 5. Now we're going to play. Then we go up to D, which is open 4. Then we might move up to the minor version, the minor, so it's 5/8 now. Again, we're going to move up to the D. Then go back to the open 5, which is an A major. Then we drop down to E. That's called a turnaround, so we're going to get into that a little bit later, but for right now I just want you to practice changing between the 5/8 and the 2/5, and you can almost always play the top 2 strings, so strings 1 and 2 on a 5. It's a great blues thing. And if you pluck it or pick it right before the fret, you don't really fret the 4, you just start right behind that 5th fret. You slide over it. So here you go. I'm going to count, make sure we know where we are. First measure and play that scale. 1. Measure 2. Clear scale, measure 3. Measure 4. Measure 5. Measure 6. Measure 9. Measure 10. Back to open 5. Measure 11. Measure 12. Keep going, play your scale. 2 more, play your scale. Scale. Ooh, play that blues, yeah, yeah. So that's pretty much how the blues goes. We're going to keep working on it. Remember to keep looking at my other videos, and there's lots of songs you can learn. I think in A there's B-I-N-G-O, and I'm not sure what the other ones that I have are in A, but I'll give them to you at my next lesson. Thanks for coming. Thanks for sticking in today. Remember, keep playing.